to our Stadium Astro YouTube channel with me, Emil Husky, as well as Celia and Petrov. I want to mention very quickly about the big news that broke out this week is Ivan Toney has been found guilty for the betting charges that he's had. He's been banned for 8 months, so he won't be back in action in football until January next year. Looking at the Brentford Spurs game, it doesn't look like they missed him first and foremost, but is that charge a bit too heavy, you think? 8 months is a really long time, Emil.
Look, I think they've set the precedents, haven't they? So they have to give them sentences. The thing for me is, I'm not a gambler, so I don't get it. But if you know that there's a ban on betting in football, why are you even bothering? That's just I don't get it.
You know, the interesting is not about the ban. There's rules, regulation. You know what you're allowed and not allowed. For me, is the question: why would you do it?
Yeah, that's what
why
I mean.
would you do it? You're England international. You have.
I think these are going from way back though. Yeah. They're going from far.
Yeah.
You've played well. You know the rules from before. You know where the risk. You know the boundaries. You know the boundaries. What you can do, it cannot do.
For 8 months.
Yeah, this is what it is. This is what it stands for, and this is what. See, as a celebrity, we're talking about celebrity Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
They try to set an example. There is rule regulation, and that's what you do. You have to follow them, and that's what you have to do. This is an example. If he's a normal person, I'll give you a normal person. They won't give him 8 months. Yeah. But it's just the way he is. That's the way the industry of football, of sport is. And unfortunately, you know, they just try to set an example.
The thing is, the reason why I'm mentioning the 8 months a couple of times is we don't know exactly what he bet on, to be honest. There were over 200 plus charges. But you look at the case of Trippier and what happened to him. He was betting on, or rather he's asking his friend to bet on inside information, really, that's about to happen. So that's acting on a privileged information on yourself. And I think his ban was a little over 2 months, 3 months, something like that. So just comparing the duration, again, we don't know exactly what Ivan Toney bet on.
This is the funny thing, is that we don't know the insight, we don't know what is looked at, we don't know exactly why they've decided that. I believe it's enough people there, lawyers and people that, you know, make those decisions, understand the rules, they've seen the rules, they've seen the guidelines, and they come up with that decision. Maybe in the future, as we know, information will come out and people understand a little bit more.
What does this mean, though, for him and his career, because it was touted this summer would have been a big summer for him?
I think I think the manager's come out and said nothing. There's nothing to worry about with him. They're even thinking about him signing a new contract, so there's nothing to worry about in that sense. For Brentford themselves, I would have been very worried, but they went and beat Spurs, so I'm not too worried about it.
But like you said earlier on our show, anyone can beat Spurs nowadays. That's your words, not mine, by the way.
No, I said it. And
you said it. Okay. You said it. I apologize. Yeah. But it would have been a big summer for him because he would have moved to, well, touted anyways, so there were talks around, to a big six side, for example, because he was prolific this season. I know we don't talk about it enough because of Erling Haaland. We don't talk about Harry Kane enough because of Erling Haaland. But if I'm not mistaken, he's the third on the top goal scorer list.
Goals.
Yeah, so it would have been a big summer for him. How would this impact his future career as well in those prospects?
I think not much, to be honest with you. Again, you're talking about an incident that he's been wrapped on his knuckles.
But you won't be in competitive action until January next year. That's quite a long period of time.
He's fit, he's strong. You can see the way he plays. He looks after himself. He's powerful. I don't think that'll be a problem. And what he does is score goals. Yeah. You don't forget how to score goals. If people deliver, he'll score. And this is something that he'll never lose.
He'll be training a lot as well. Yes. The only thing I'll be a little bit worried about is the games. But I don't know the ins and outs. Can you play behind closed door games? I don't know the ins and outs of that sort of stuff. So,
well, from the on the surface statement is that he cannot be involved in any footballing activities until January next year, all around the world.
Six aside.
So he can't train.
Maybe he can have a kick about his friends. We don't know.
He's not allowed in the training ground at all.
He's not allowed to train until September this coming season, mid-September this coming season.
Tell you what, you can invite him to Malaysia. He can do Astro, and then he can play 6-a-side with Adam. There you go. Yeah. There you can.
And then we'll bring you guys down as well. That makes up half the team, and Adam can play goalkeeper.
I'm still sore after that game. So.
No, fantastic. But in terms of Brentford's summer plans, so they have got Mbuemo, of course. They've got Wisa, who's been decent this season, who's got a big future as well. They've brought in Shade.
One thing they will do, their recruitment is spot on. I don't know how they do it, but their recruitment every single time. I remember playing against them when I was at Bolton, and some of them, and I think Dean Smith was the actual manager at the time, and their players were, their style of playing their players were phenomenal, and they've gone on and sold them and made a lot of money. So they will continue to recruit really good top players to play the style that they love to play.
Then they identify the players, the managers to fit the style, the structure of the club, and they're really well organized, run club, which it shows on the table, the way they play. And even today, they had a great performance, you know, against a team that not been performing this season. But overall, in the last couple of seasons, Brentford has shown that they're going from strength to strength, which is show that they're going in the right direction.